I think at this point, let's not stall too much longer, and let's have everyone just left to right from your portraits. Just quickly introduce your character again.
I'm Jebediah, Mad Jeb Hargrove, and I have a shotgun and a beer belly.
Yo, I'm Ted. I got alcohol.
And a bike.
And a bike. Yeah, I got a bike, sidecar.
Dr. Jones. I like archaeology and stuff.
Mrs. Jones, my name Jolf. I got an accounting of 5, an anthropology of 1, and a praise of 5. I won't go on.
How about your meteorology?
Oh, I got a meteorology of 3.
Ooh.
That's good.
One of the best in the world.
You couldn't have
that's-
predicted the fucking storm we're in?
Don't
Dickhead.
worry, I can also fly. I have a pilot of 1.
A single pilot.
It's good for one aircraft usage. After that, you have to...
One-time
or-
use.
It's a token, yeah, it's one-time use.
I Braun, and I can't wait for spring break and to get
You got
all
the hot daughters.
hot college girls. And
You are 55.
You're 55.
spring break.
Yeah, and financially stable. And these college women are young and not.
Those are from a place of power.
Exactly.
I must point out that I think every single person here was really disturbed by the fact that Henry Rhodes married a former student and was almost ready to just not help him.
Yeah, it was weird. He was
I
grooming,
would
basically.
rather not help him. If this was a D&D campaign, I'd be like, we're not helping him. We're killing
Yeah,
him.
no, we're killing them.
We're
Basically is a
We're
D&D.
finding him and torching him. That's
See,
it.
the gain here, we're not interested about him. We're interested about the mystery, you know? We want to know what's
Well, if
going
we
on.
have to find him first in order to kill him.
Nah, we're killing exactly.
That's
yeah.
true. We can still kill him. So true.
All right, where are we at?
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm assuming we all went home, and then the next morning we're leaving to that place. But you set it up.
So yeah, so it's 6:30 is when we left off. Essentially, you were all called to the office of Ernest McTavish, who told you about the missing professor. You interviewed some of the students at the university. Professor Braun nearly killed McTavish by mistake. You went to see Walt Gehrig, the student who dropped out, and found that he was seeming to be suffering from delusions because his mother was not there, despite him thinking she was. Leaving the house, gaining a little bit more information, which was the name of the farmers who had been threatening the expedition, the Carmody brothers. At this point, Harold and Jeb had all left the house, leaving Ted and Jones to talk to him a bit longer. Then they left the house as well. And I'm going to say that Harold, on his way out, actually picked up a journal belonging to Walt Gehrig. In that journal, he talked about dreams of his mother, how he started hearing his mother's voice after leaving Blackwater Creek. And I'm assuming that he told you all of this as you gather outside of the house. The sun is starting to set. It's late in the year in Arkham. There's a chill in the air. It's still slightly rainy. Not quite as much as it had been earlier, though. Currently, you don't know all that much. You know there's strange going on. You know that there's farmers in Blackwater Creek who threatened the expedition. But you don't know anything about the local area of Blackwater Creek, really. You don't have any sort of maps. All you know is it's a very small town that barely even makes it onto the map of the state. So it being 6:30, and you're standing outside of Walter Gehrig's house. Go.
Go.
All right.
Oh, I'd say we go home, and the next day we leave in the morning and go to the town.
We might have to worry about those farmers.
That's
We're
fine.
just gonna book it for Blackwater Creek.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning, I think we should head out. I agree.
We can go to the pharmacist, pick up some cocaine, do a couple lines, and just do it now.
We could go back to the bar.
Go out to the bar. Wouldn't drink before the night. Always drink and drive.
So I should mention, you don't know exactly how long it will take you to arrive at Blackwater Creek, but it's going to be about 6 to 8 hours of a journey.
By car?
By car, yeah. It's
It's on the other side of the state.
it's on the other side of the state. It's extremely rural. There's not a direct route there. You have to go past it quite a bit and then back around through Dunwich,
I
which is
heard
about 6
somebody
miles
has-
outside of Blackwater Creek.
I heard
Um,
somebody has a nice car. They could drive us.
Okay, and if I remember correctly, 6 to 8 hours before we can get there. So If we leave now, we make it by midnight, 2 a.m.
It's the witching hour.
Yeah.
These are roads that do not have lights pretty much whatsoever 90% of the way. You're going to be going maybe 15 to 20 miles down these roads during the day, and that's the better roads. You have no clue the quality of the roads once you get that far deep into the rural part of the state. You might be going more like 10 miles an hour.
What if we pop a flat and then there's bears that attack us?
Or witches.
Or witches, yeah. We're not too far from Salem.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow morning we should head out. Who knows?
Yeah, let's just go to the bar and have some beverages and then go in the morning.
This is a good idea, Ted.
And we do that.
And we do that. Roll for sleep. No.
What time are you aiming to leave in the morning? Out of curiosity. 6:30, the sun will just be rising.
4 a.m.
4 a.m.
So, at 6:30 we can meet up, get ready, do what we need to. Yeah.
And I fast forward until we're there.
No, so you go back to the bar, you spend the night discussing your plans, considering whether you do have enough information or if you want to get anything else in the morning before leaving, but either way you plan to leave tomorrow. On top of that, after spending probably 2-3 hours at the bar, well, some of you more, some of you less, you all head home. Yeah, and for Jeb and Ted, both of you sleep in the bar, because both of you live there. Dr. Jones...
I love that Jeb just lives at the bar too. Just like...
Yeah.
Alright. It doesn't have a home. Yeah, this is your home, Jeb.
I can't afford
Yeah.
my medications.
So, overnight, meanwhile, Dr. Jones has been spending a lot of time looking through some of his books into the amulet. Last time he made a successful roll to find out what the amulet was, but it was a pushed roll, so we decided it was something he was going to have to learn a bit later. So I'll give you that information now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so once you've spent a number of hours studying it, the sort of summary of what you've learned and what you've remembered is that goats have symbolic significance in many cultures around the world. Some common themes have emerged simultaneously in disparate cultures, fertility and health being two of the most universal symbols behind goats. What you do find strange, though, is that goats were only really introduced to the Americas earlier during the 1600s, and not really in Massachusetts. Mountain goats are the most similar native species to the domestic goat, but they're only really present in the far western reaches of the country. You can't seem to find any sort of references to goat symbolism and any tribes in the eastern US. If you'd like to make an occult roll, you might be able to find a little bit more information.
Will I do that now?
Yeah.
Alright, so I will roll for a cold. Figure out what's going down. What's happening.
Roll for what? Cult? Whoa.
The spookies.
Who's drawing on me?
What?
Somebody drew on me.
You can draw?
Yeah.
I did not hit it.
Now remember, you can put a roll, but you have to describe how you're doing so. And the
Alright.
consequences will be worse, although with something like this, it's more likely you waste more time doing it than anything
Alright.
else.
Well, I do remember my time spent overseas, so I spent extra hours sacrificing sleep to rummage through my belongings, through my books, go to the library if need be, wasting even more time to see if I could discover something, some connection to some occult, some group of people, some...
Well, Miskatonic University does have an extensive occult selection, so you head there and you see if you can find anything else. So
Alright,
make another roll.
Come on, baby, give me...
This guy's out here reading tomes and shit.
No, I waste my entire
boy.
night.
Sleeping at the library.
So
He's just tired.
you get really into researching it, and you realize it's 3:30 in the morning before you just suddenly realize how exhausted you are. I don't think you even head home. You head to your office and you sleep there for the night. And you wake up around 7, half an hour past when you were supposed to meet up. And you're just still kind of exhausted. You're not going to suffer any sort of penalties in terms of mechanics, but you are exhausted.
Do I have an armory I can loot in my house?
Did you go to the house or did you go to the bar?
Wait, I went home afterwards, right? No.
We went to the bar,
assuming
but
we
after
either
we head home.
Yeah, I'm assuming that anyone who doesn't live in the bar probably went home.
Okay, I slept in the fucking gutter.
You slept in the bar?
No, in the gutter, like outside. Like I said, I was going home.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah.
Like slept in like the alley.
You
Become
slept in
one.
the alleyway behind the bar. You didn't
Yeah.
even think to ask to actually stay there inside the bar. You just decided,
No.
yeah, I normally sleep outside. I'm going to go sleep outside.
Is it faster to get there by boat?
No, it is
We don't
extremely
have a
far
boat.
inland.
I
You're
got
near the
lots of boats.
coast,
Yeah,
but
it is inland.
if you look at the map here
Is there
on the
any
table,
Greyhound that'll take us?
Oh,
no,
is it?
not in 1926.
Oh, it's
Next
to
the
Vermont.
middle dot, right? Yeah.
What about
Yeah,
Uber?
Blackwater
Uber
Creek is
there?
right here.
Okay.
So if I take my drawing here, the sort of route you're probably taking is going to be something like this.
Okay.
Because this is 1926. The roads are not that developed. And when you're going that far out there, there's not really many big cities. And so the roads themselves are very undeveloped a lot of the time. Some of them
What
might
about the
even
railroad?
be blocked. There's no railroad headed out there, at least not with any stops in that area.
No. Wait, he's right. Why couldn't we take a boat? It looks like there's a river between Arkham and where we're going.
That would be the Miskatonic River.
I'm not too.
That is
wide.
true, but it's a fairly big river that empties out into the ocean.
Safe for
certain that you would really have the-
travel, ferries that will service it.
Because we could rent a boat, and I got 20 boating.
That's more than one boat in.
It is.
I think we're gonna do that.
Really?
Are
We're
they?
gonna take
I
a
think we
boat?
drive.
I
Yeah,
think
we
we
can- we
drive.
can-
We literally have cars.
Boating seems more interesting.
Where are we gonna get a boat?
We go to Arkham and we rent one, or we haggle one, or we steal one. You ever play a game?
And then we can catch shrimp on the way there.
Dude, we
Mhm.
could do so much. We
That's
could
a good idea.
rule the
Of
high
course, in the
seas.
Miskatonic River, the world.
And
knows
then
for their
we could
shrimp.
bring a lot more stuff if we have a boat.
The Miskatonic
Become
motherfucker.
pirates.
We could become pirates. We could loot on the way there.
I'm gonna just look up the speed of
This
boats
should be
quickly.
highly unethical.
Mur-
As
murder
the
Boats would
as the
be
chief
a
of police,
huge-
I don't know if you
boats would
should
be a huge industry in
be
this
saying
time.
this, Dr. Brown.
They would be. They
Oh,
would
the
be.
old-
Everyone's either fishing, transporting goods with boats, or
This is the era of the steamliner, White Star Line, Canard.
We could probably even
Ted, can you believe
recruit
these
a
guys?
mercenary or something, or like a boat boy, you know?
So you would know in terms of Cinder Lines that is such a rural area. There is no way that, like, Dunwich is the biggest population center nearby, 6 miles away, and that's extremely small. Blackwater Creek, probably a few hundred residents total.
Okay.
So you can look into taking a boat.
Also, wouldn't need gas. I doubt Blackwater's got a gas station.
Oh.
Don't want to get stuck.
But we could just bring a bunch of containers.
Yeah, we could also like steal a barge or rent one and then bring our cars and motorcycle. It's not.
That's
I'm not
true, too,
wrong.
that's true, too.
You're not wrong.
But it might not be faster at that point because barges are slow.
But yeah, but
I mean, if you want to try and find a small boat that will allow you to go down the river to Blackwater Creek, you are in Arkham. You can
we're
do that
in
if you
Arkham,
want
We're
to.
not in Boston.
No, Miskatonic University is in Arkham itself.
Oh, I didn't know we're literally in Arkham. I thought we were in Boston.
Yeah, yeah, you're in Arkham.
Oh, so
Let's
yeah,
zoom in on
we would
that
just go
part.
down this river right here. I see.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, fine. I'm with the
Whoa.
boat idea.
I would say I don't know, folks. Based on what we know, it doesn't seem like he's in that much danger. He's a bit unresponsive. Would we go through all this effort? to do with this?
Could,
If
Made
so,
lots of
maybe.
fun.
can we just get it over with and like have our boating guy call the boat store and have them roll or try to get us a boat and see how that goes. And if that fails, we fucking drive. Because we have to get a boat first. And if we can't fucking do that,
Yeah, let's try to get a boat. Where is boat? And like,
Does the
boats-
university
yeah.
have any aquatic research boats we could appropriate?
Oh.
do we have an
Oh.
aquatic division? We're fucking on a river. I bet we would.
A sailing team.
It's the longboat.
Do we, Keeper? Do I know? Does the dwarf know?
These are like fishing boats, really.
Let's give some sort of a roll to determine if the university has a
boat.
boat that would be able to take you out there.
So,
If that's what you want to do.
I do that.
So you said you wanted us to roll of like one of our characters like knowledge of the fucking like biology fucking boat fleet of the school. Who do you want to roll for that, and what are they rolling? Or I guess what are they rolling? And I guess that would determine who rules for that.
Yeah, I think it should be someone from the university.
Yeah, one of the professors. But then, like,
Yeah,
That's all of us except
Is
Matt,
it-
Jeb, and the
yeah.
oh, wait, are you from the university?
I pretend I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you are.
He's well known around
So
campus.
would it be
Yeah.
like spot hidden or no? Probably not.
No,
The
not
Dr.
spot
Turtles.
hidden.
That one might be history or like culture. I don't know. Oh wait, would that be credit rating?
Credit rating?
If you want to buy it off somebody.
I thought credit ratings like how you're perceived by the community.
That is part of it, yeah. So, let's say credit rating to see if you know someone, whether it's at the university or somewhere else, that you could obtain a boat from.
If you know a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So should I just roll now? Or...
Yeah, just roll.
Oh,
Hey.
God.
Did it.
extreme success.
You
The
realize
boat's
you
free too. It's a good friend.
No, yeah, so
It's a good friend, bro. I'm
He gave
buddy
us a
buddy with
boat.
him.
I already
We go
had the
golfing on the
boat, actually.
weekends.
You already borrowed his
I've
boat.
got a Civil War ironclad actually sitting out back.
Okay, so you've already met up at this point. It's 7:30 because Dr. Jones slept in so late. It took a while for you to actually meet up at the bar. Everyone else, I'm guessing, was somewhat irritated by that. You start discussing this, and Dr. Jones realizes, wait, I do know several people who own boats. There is one at the university for some of the studies that they are involved in. And that professor owes me a favor. There's probably a few boats, but what you have access to, you don't know. You don't even know for certain he would be willing to give it to you, but school is out right now. They might not be using it.
We head there, and I hope Jones.
Yeah, let's go there.
Jones, we need your buddy's boat. We need it now.
Guys, all right. Listen here. I know a guy. He owes me a favor. I had to cover up what happened in 1918, right? So, talk to him. School's out, so maybe we can get something from him.
What happened in 1918?
We don't talk about it. It was pretty. He had some mishaps during the war, and the archaeology
Okay.
department really helped him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go there.
All right, folks. My car is parked outside. We can go over to the university. Let's talk to this fella.
Alright, so you head to the university and to a professor who specializes in ocean research. He's got access to several boats. You walk into his office, and you see him sitting at his desk, staring down at a pile of paperwork.
Jones, put the favor
That's it.
in.
Yo, Dr. Merriweather. That's his name, I guess. The time's come. I need to call it in.
What are you calling in?
Remember that mishap of 18? I mean, we don't want to talk about it, but I'm kind of in a dire situation. I want to bring up old hash, but we're gonna need to borrow a boat for our expedition.
Oh, Where are you headed?
I was heading up to Blackwater Creek, just going up the river, just doing this newfangled study of like marine biology.
I cut him off, and you see, we're fishermen. We're going on a little fishing expedition, and then I'm hoping that's he's a fellow fisherman.
You want to use university resources to go fishing?
I
You
do,
can roll your fast up now.
and it's great.
Well,
Nice.
a favorite of Professor Jones, I suppose, but up the river, that...
I say thank you, sir, and I give him like a handshake, and I'm still like a moist dude, and
Oh,
I'm sleeping in the house.
Oh, it feels like you've been fishing recently, huh?
Oh yes,
Well, are
you
you
gotta
sure
live
you
like
know
a
how...
flip fish to catch fish,
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, indeed, I suppose, but piloting a boat up the river isn't the easiest thing. Are you sure you know how to do it?
Don't worry
I
about
think
that,
we got a
sir.
guy for that.
You know Harold,
Yeah.
right?
Hello.
He's joining us here.
Oh, the former police officer.
Yes, sir. I have a very little. Well, I have a bit of experience with boats.
He was part of the naval police.
I
thought he was a chief of police.
was the chief of police. I ran the naval department for a year or two.
I didn't know Boston had a naval department.
Yeah, just for the canals, really.
Canals? Oh, I guess I don't know Boston that well. I mean, I do have a small personal boat I suppose you could use if you're sure you know how to pilot it up the river.
How small?
But,
It's just sail boat.
no, it's got a motor.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
can.
I do enjoy my fishing, so...
How much room is on the boat? You can fit like 6 people and some cargo.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you should be able to on that thing. I've taken groups out with, 8 people, and we've had some space. Though that's out to the ocean.
Okay.
Blackwater Creek, you say?
Yes, sir.
I'm not even sure where that is.
Out by
Are you sure?
Dunwich.
Oh, by Dunwich. Are you sure there's a facility to actually dock it there?
Yeah, like I mean, are there trees there?
There's trees just about everywhere here.
Yeah, I bet you there's sandbars.
Yeah,
Our
but I
boy-
just
our
bought
boy-
this
our
boat
boy
last
Harold
year. I don't want it
Talking,
ruined.
He's an expert sailman. He's really good at seaman,
Sorry, say again, Professor.
I just bought this boat last year. I just don't want it ruined, you see.
Oh, I see it. Well, the boat should be fine. I mean, that's how we're gonna get back. So, if something happens to the boat, then we're not coming back.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. It's a win-win then.
He's not wrong.
What?
He seems like a very academic type, and yet he does seem somewhat threatening at the same time when he says this.
Oh God.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want anything to happen to that boat.
Well, yeah, we'll make sure to keep good care of it.
Yes, you will, won't you, Dr. Jones?
You don't mind a couple scratches.
I notice him being threatening, and I'd be threatening back. I stare at him like a JoJo.
Menacing.
Yeah, menacing. With the kanji and everything.
For someone so mild-mannered, he does continue staring back at you.
Just staring goddess. All right,
What's
well, I'm
with
gonna
the
walk
big
out
guy?
the room.
Can we get these keys and tell us where it is, and we'll be
Yeah,
on your hair.
you and Jeb can.
I'll get you a big fish.
Yeah, it's down at the South Arkham Marina. In slip number 10.
And we just shoved coal into it.
I think it uses gasoline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's a very modern boat. Very
Nice.
new.
Nice.
Very
nice,
expensive.
I-
Don't break it.
Nice. Okay. I see.
Money
Yeah,
value.
that is a nice boat. All right. Well, you have a nice one. Thanks for letting us use it. We'll bring it back in decent condition.
Decent?
Same as it is right now.
Good. With a full tank of fuel.
Alright, yeah.
And he looks at Professor Jones before he leaves. You're not the only one who has dirt on the other. Just remember that, Dr. Jones.
Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I stop by other missing guy's office
Sure.
and go back to my revolver?
Yeah.
Revolver?
Yes, sir.
And also, while they're doing that, can I go grab a book on on like just surviving in water? It's not, on swimming.
Can you read?
You're going to like go get a book on
Sailing.
how to use a boat,
Man.
Yeah, just a book on boating.
how to pilot a modern boat. Okay, sure, you go do that. And it just so happens that as you leave the library with that book to turn up with the rest of the group, the Professor Merriweather is walking down the hallway next to you and sees you carrying a book on how, like, essentially, beginner's guide to piloting a boat. And he just stares at you and then keeps walking.
Sailing for dummies.
This is a mistake. So, you did that. Professor Braun heads to Professor Rhodes' office. You notice that there's a maintenance crew working on repairing the hole that you shot in the wall last time.
Oops.
Oh, Professor Braun, right?
Yes.
What are you doing here?
You see, I found something yesterday that I wanted to give back to Professor Rhodes.
Go ahead, I guess. You go into his desk, find the revolver. You almost put your finger on the trigger again, but you learned your mistake last. You pull it out, you look at it, and it's a 45 service revolver from the Great War.
Alright.
It's got some notches in the barrel of it, and it's in a holster, so you take it with the holster and
Put the holster
now
on.
have a gun. Yeah, you now have an extra gun. You have two.
Let's go.
And I think that, if I'm not mistaken, your other gun is a...
45, yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Do I have ammo? Do I have to go find ammo? I guess it says...
No, you'd have a realistic amount of ammo. So, reloading a couple times, no big deal.
Okay.
Shooting off 10 magazines, yeah, you're gonna run out of ammo and need to put more.
Okay.
I want to get a
Yeah.
fucking shotgun shell bandolier, like across my chest.
The trench gun you have also has a strap that holds it against your chest, which helps with concealing it underneath your coat. So, while those two do that and head back to regroup with the team, does anyone else want to do anything while at the university? You assume that the two students would likely still be on campus if you wanted to ask them any further questions, or if you wanted to look for any further information before you leave. Because essentially, you're leaving a fairly decent-sized town, and you're not going to be back anywhere near a big town until you leave Blackwater Creek, or decide to turn around.
You can bring supplies and stuff too, right?
Yeah. I think any sort of just general supplies that would be fairly standard, you can just kind of assume you pack up already.
I'd like to say I take as much booze as I can carry from the bar.
Yes. Well, I have a sidecar that's full of booze
Oh, perfect.
already
Yeah.
in my
Shovel that
motorcycle.
into the
It's
boat.
already. Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
you
okay.
can't-
So we're parking we're all parked like at the docks now. Like is this like
Yeah,
at the boat
if
dock?
there's
And-
nothing else you wanted to do at the university, like try and find a map of the local area or anything like that.
No.
Because right
we
now
don't.
all you know is the vague area that Blackwater Creek exists in.
I think we should try to find somewhere to park the boat. But
We got a how-to sailing boat. I'm sure we can anchor.
okay.
Yeah, if we gotta swim for like 10 feet, God forbid. It's not that bad. Jorf here is all more than willing, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll follow his example.
He loves being wet. All right, fine.
Alright, so you all head down to the harbor. or the marina.
Do we have the type of boat that this is? Because I want to visualize it. I'm having a hard time visualizing what boat we're in. Is it just like a river boat, like steam engine, like fucking?
I'm thinking like a lobster boat.
Yeah, like one of those long ones with a covered back, with like a trolling motor on the back.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go sail.
So,
Okay.
if you'd like to discuss in character plans quickly, I'm just going to be a minute.
Okay.
Alrighty, boys. Well, if anything gets rough, like those farmers, because they sound like trouble, I got these two, and I just flex my muscles. These two bad boys right here.
Aren't you
Take 'em out.
55
Hey,
and like
what's-
elderly?
Yeah.
What's your brawl, Alex?
Shut up.
What's your
Call
brawl?
me right now.
Oh yeah, what's your
Oh,
fire?
right now.
What's your handgun?
My handgun? My
Yeah.
handgun's only 35. My rifle shotgun's 80, and that's what I got.
Sheesh, that's god tier.
Yeah, I was in the fucking army, bro. Okay, you don't
I
want
mean,
to see the things I see.
I was a
with the
police
shotgun.
officer. I shoot pistol all day.
Well, I'm gonna say it now. If you don't hear. I think Dr. Jones got food poisoning, so I'm gonna be a little bit.
No.
He's gonna be occupied.
I see. No.
My brawl's 35 though.
Yeah, my brawl's 75. Get on my fucking
So-
level.
So what I was going to say is try and keep it a bit more in character, maybe, instead of talking about stats constantly in that sort of terms.
Yeah, fair. I'll brawl you. I'm gonna brawl. I'm gonna fight. We're gonna have a tussle. We're gonna get into a fight or something.
Describe what
Okay.
you're doing. If you're actually going to fight each other, don't just say I'm gonna brawl him.
I'm gonna
Say
pick
what
him
you're
up
actually
and I'm gonna
doing.
throw him overboard.
Have some booze, get back in the fucking boat, and let's
I
go.
had
Alright.
some booze, and that's why this is happening.
Calm down, boys. Come on.
All right, so I'm sitting on the boat drinking.
Yeah, I'm just sitting on the boat too.
I actually need to read that book.
Who's driving the boat?
The Sailing
Oh.
for Dummies.
Yeah, here I hand the boat to the book to Alex because I give up after.
Sailing for Dummies.
All right, I read the Sailing for Dummies book as fast as I can.
Oh, punch.
Kinda just skimming through the-
96 fumble. What?
Well, so
Skimming through the book, I already know.
So Professor Braun spends the next 15 minutes reading through the book as he's seated in one of the side seats of the boat. Meanwhile, Yorf, for whatever reason, is trying to sneak up behind Mad Jeb and start a fight with him. I don't quite understand why. So for whatever reason, you suddenly just run at him, and he moves out of the way, leading you to fall overboard into the water.
What?